His hotel room in Bukit Bintang gave him a view over the gas station. Open for 24 hours, it was a convenient picking-up point for prostitutes and transvestites. He had availed himself of neither. His preferences lay elsewhere, and opportunities to indulge his own personal tastes were numerous across the northern border, in Thailand. He also had an affection for Sri Lanka. Prices were so reasonable there. He was sweating, in spite of the air conditioning of his room. The hotel was one of the oldest in Kuala Lumpur, but had recently been refurbished, and the foreign exchange rates had made it a target for tourists seeking comfort and modern conveniences at a low rate. It suited him. He sought the anonymity of a drifting tourist population. He was sweating because he was nervous. Crossing the borders always caused a certain jangling of nerves because of the mandatory death penalties his activity carried, although the authorities normally fought shy of carrying out the penalties on Westerners. This time it was more serious. It was a year or more since he'd done the run, and somehow he felt that there was a different air about the whole thing. The passport check had been longer than usual. A customs officer had drifted past, nonchalantly stroking a mustache and studiously avoiding his eye. And in the journey from the airport there had been a car that seemed to maintain a discreet distance from his own hired airport limousine. But it was just his imagination, he guessed. The unfamiliarity of the run, the difference in the arrangements, and Cullen's insistence that he make the presentation a personal one. The contact on the phone had been equally surprised. There had been a long hesitation, a mumbled discussion with a muffled handset, and then a curt agreement. 9 o'clock. The time was fixed. The meeting would be brief. He'd still have plenty of time to get to KL International Airport for the midnight flight back to England. And once aboard, his worries would be over. He was clean, carrying nothing. A 12-hour flight in business class where he could relax, have a few drinks, and savor memories of some of the sexual adventures he'd enjoyed in Thailand these last 2 weeks. Not strictly part of the assignment, but everyone was entitled to a certain relaxation, especially when dealing with dangerous people, and the smooth-limbed young boys needed the money anyway. He packed his flight bag. He always travelled light, consigning nothing to the hold. He made his way down to the reception area on the first floor and paid his bill in cash. Credit cards could be traced. In the street outside, the air hit him in a humid, hot surge. There would be rain soon, he guessed, and it would then get cooler. But at the moment the crowded, colourfully lit street, streamers and red lanterns, celebrating Chinese New Year and Hari Raya Aidilfitri, was bustling sweatily in a mingling of ethnic types: Indian, Chinese, Malays, red-faced English women whose large buttocks squirmed to escape too tight shorts, lean New Zealanders, outsized Australians with backpacks, all flowing in the swirl of Bukit Bintang and spilling over towards Star Hill. It was Friday night, and everyone seemed to be out and about among the cafes, restaurants, and large department stores, perambulating to the thud of distant rock music from a bar down the street.